called Yoga for a New Age by the wonderful Bob Smith. You've probably never heard of Bob Smith, and not many people have, because I think this was written in probably like the early 80s, I think. Maybe even earlier than that. And I found out about this book from Durga, who comes up and teaches Jiva Mukti Yoga like years and years and years ago. What I particularly love about it are the very 1980s pictures, and Bob's got a great moustache. So like pictures like this, like how to stand and how not to stand, and there's like a big cross, like and he does that all the way through, like bad posture, good posture sort of thing. But it's full of like it's just like one of the best yoga books I've ever read, probably, because it's just full of absolute little gems. And Bob and Linda, his wife, are just wonderful, like wonderful pictures throughout the book. And there's pictures. I'll show you another picture. It's just like pictures like this, which are really nice. So I want to read a little bit to you about meditation in here. I think you can probably still get this book like super cheap. I think I paid about £3 for it years and years and years ago on Amazon. I don't know whether you'll still be able to get it, but it's I can put it in the chat afterwards and you can have a little look for it. Oh, I've lost my page now. Let me find it. Oh, here we go. So he's talking about themes for meditation. The principle of meditation is that we must lose ourselves in order to find ourselves. We must lose the armor we have built around us. And some of you might remember the story about the princess and the dragon. I did way back, all those weeks ago, where the dragon had to remove layers of his scales, basically. So we must lose the armor we have built around us, the envy, fear, mistrust, impatience, self-pity, guilt, deceit, frustration, anger, hatred. These are defense mechanisms, personal emotions, and habits of thought that we have acquired along the way, but they are not our real selves. These are qualities of our lower nature self. They strain our relationships and cause us grief and sorrow. The beauty of yoga is that it gives us a straightforward, time-tested technique that allows us to rise above and to discard our lower nature, the possessive aspect of our being, while nourishing our higher nature, the universal aspect of our being. To fulfill our highest calling, we must spread our wings and fly above the earth plane. Yet, in rising above the physical reality, we must maintain proper perspective regarding our involvement with family, friends, and work. It is our duty to awaken within those close to us a realization of the almost limitless possibilities of their being. We are here to communicate with other souls in the deepest way possible. And then he goes on to talk about friendship, which is really nice actually. Contemplation and meditation upon the divine aspects of our friends can be of great benefit. If soul level communication is to take place between ourselves and others, we must recognize the universal characteristics within our friends. Qualities that go beyond the limited ego-centered personality traits that those persons may be manifesting. Everyone has untapped reservoirs of creativity, understanding, compassion, patience, perseverance, purity, love, joy, beauty, peace, humility, honesty, inner strength, and many other attributes. Each person manifests at least one or two of these qualities quite obviously. Look at the most shining characteristic of your friend. Then begin to look more deeply and recognize the latent qualities. Not only can you meditate upon the divine nature of your friend, you can also scrutinize your own personality from a detached viewpoint and realize that there is much more truth, patience, understanding, honesty, love, compassion, joy, and peace that you can reveal in your daily life. And then he just goes on to say, while in the meditative state, you can send out waves of love and peace to your friends. It may be easier to relate to others meaningfully in a meditative state than when talking to them in person. So let's have a little go at that today. So just start to tune into your physical presence, finding your connection to the earth. Start to tune into that flow and that rhythm of your breath. And following your breath in, relaxing with your exhalation. And just start to bring to your mind a particular person, a friend. See if you can see them in your mind's eye. What are they like? What do they look like? How do they laugh? How do they smile? And then start to consider, is this someone that you speak to regularly, or it may be someone that you haven't seen for a while or spoken to for a while. It might be somebody quite new in your life that you're just starting to get to know. And always with friendships, there's a chemistry involved. So we're attracted to certain people and they're attracted to us. So not only is there a kind of meeting of the minds, or, you know, we might meet them because we've got lots of things in common, and that's how the friendship is formed, but also there's always a physical attraction, there's always a chemistry. And because we have this love, this connection, this chemistry with them, sometimes things that they say or do, or we can perceive that in a wrong way, we can react, or we can get easily upset. We can get possessive, like all of those things that any relationship has and can have, can also occur with our friendships. And then just start to consider all of the positive things, wonderful things that this friendship brings to your life. How does this friend support you, nurture you, nourish you, love you? And how do you do all of those things for them? And it might be someone that you're missing very much. So just focus in on this person. Notice your breath. And then just imagine giving this person a hug and telling them how much you love them. This can be something that we find difficult, is telling someone how much we appreciate, how much we love them, how important they are to us. And we can be very good at showing them by things that we do, helping, listening. And then just start to look at the bigger picture of friendship and what friendship is. How do we feel when we connect with a friend? When we laugh together, when we share, when we support each other. And we can carry for a long time the sorrow, the sadness of friendships that perhaps have ended or passed. So also notice those memories, those feelings that might be uncomfortable or painful or bring up sadness. And send love and healing to those feelings and those thoughts. And send love and healing to your friend, wherever they are. Maybe they're finding this situation very difficult, and it can be hard to hold somebody else's pain, somebody else's sorrow, especially if we're feeling okay. It can be hard to listen and hard to be there because it upsets us. So just consider, how can you be there for someone who is struggling, someone who is in pain? How can you be there and be centered and keep yourself safe, keep yourself good and centered? How do we listen but not absorb the discomfort, the pain, the sorrow, not feed into someone else's reaction, someone else's story? And if we can demonstrate love, compassion, kindness, being centered, being grounded, being steady, this can be really helpful to someone who's struggling. You're doing the work in your meditation, in your yoga practice. You're being present. You're tuning in and working out your own stuff so that you don't then project that onto others and cause suffering, cause upset. And if someone says an unkind word or they're maybe distant or they're not supporting you, you don't have to take that in. You don't have to let that hurt you. Which is very much part of the practice of staying present, centered, connecting to your body, to your breath, being okay with how things are. Consider your friend again. And maybe think about reaching out to them today. Just sending a message, checking in with them. Telling them that you love them. Feel that love in your heart center. Feel it growing and spreading and opening you up without fear of being vulnerable. So often we find it hard to open up to love because we're afraid of getting hurt, of being rejected. So feel love spreading through your body. Notice how that feels. Visualize it moving through your body, breathing it in. Expanding your ribs, your chest, lifting you up. Spreading through you on the exhale and then beyond you. We can always be more loving, more kind, always. Bring your hands to your heart center. Take a nice full breath in. And sighing out breath. And bowing your head. And opening your eyes. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you. Good old Bob.